On this episode, a teen who went missing for nearly 4 years shows up at a police station. Also, Michigan becomes the 22nd state to ban conversational therapy for LGBTQ youth. That and more starts right now on Chris Talks. Let's get into it. What's up, everybody? Welcome. I don't know if y'all can hear that background, but welcome to another episode of Chris Talks. I am your host with the most, Chris Talks. All right, y'all. Let's get into these stories. All right, first, before we get into the story, I want to say what's up and welcome to all my new subscribers and all my fellow subscribers. Welcome. I hope your day is going well, because mine is. Okay, so let's get into this first story. This first story is about an Arizona teen. Well, it takes us to Arizona. Arizona teen who went missing for nearly four years ago showed up at a police station. A police station. You went missing for 4 years, and now you popped up at a police station. Now, I'm sure y'all heard about this story. It's everywhere on social media. But y'all know how I do. So, let's let our AI take over, hit that story. Let's do what we do, y'all.
A major search for a 14-year-old girl who disappeared from the Phoenix area over 3 years ago came to a happy end when the young woman, now 18, reported to a police station in Montana. Officials said Wednesday. Alicia Navarro went to the small town near the Canadian border recently and said she is the girl who vanished from her Glendale, Arizona, home on Sept. 15, 2019. Glendale police said, "She is by all accounts safe. She is by all accounts healthy. And she is by all accounts happy." Jose Santiago, a spokesman for Glendale police, told reporters at a news conference. The disappearance started as a runaway. Police LT Scott Waite said, but the case is under investigation. And more details about how she got to Montana remained unclear. Every indication she's given to us so far is that she willfully left her home. Waite said, now the dynamics surrounding that decision are obviously something we're looking into. When Navarro went to police in the very small Montana town, around 40 miles from the US-Canada border, she was alone, and every time she talked to police she did so alone. Officials said, she showed up to a police department. She identified herself as Alicia Navarro. She basically asked for help to clear her off of a missing juvenile list. Santiago said, she is not in any kind of trouble. She is not facing any kind of charges. He said, Navarro's disappearance sparked a search that included the FBI and the Center for Missing and Exploited Children. There were thousands of tips over the years. Police said. Waite said that when Navarro was reunited with her mother, it was emotionally overwhelming for both of them. I can say, for everyone involved, including the detectives, it was extremely overwhelming. Waite said. Police clarified Friday that the mother and daughter were connected electronically. They have not been in physical contact. We are working with Alicia to fulfill her needs, wishes. That said, we have been in communication with her mother. A spokesperson said, Navarro and her family are asking for privacy. Police said, police would not name the Montana town. She wanted to talk to her mom. And she wanted to make sure her mother knew she was okay. Santiago said, Navarro is very apologetic to what she has put her mother through, and expressed that it was not intentional and that she hopes to have a relationship with her mother and move on with her life. Santiago said.
Wow. This is one to break down, people. This is a breakdown. This girl apparently ran away, because that's what it sounds like. I mean, when you really listen to the story and like analyze it and break it down, it sounds like this child at 14 ran away from her house, and apparently for 4 years, like, probably been taking care of herself. I'm not sure if she was taking care of herself or not, but apparently for 4 years this young girl has been able to just move around. And I don't know if excuse me, I don't know if a lot of my listeners remember this story, but this story was big, and it was really big 3 years ago. About 3, 4 years ago, this story was a big story. This girl went missing, and of course, I have to mention it. Y'all know what it is. This is a non-melanin, of course, non-melanin girl who just went, who just disappeared. And after 4 years, because of her being 18, well, that's what we looked up. Because of her being 18, at this point, there's no way that they could press charges or anything like that. But I will say this, and this is what we dug up: the investigation is not completely over. It still somewhat continues because they are still asking this girl, and they want to know where she has been for the last 4 years and who has been taking care of her. Because at the end of the day, ladies and gentlemen, let me tell you this. Somebody can run away from their home. A young child can run away from their home. But as an adult, if you house them, you can be charged. You know what I'm saying? I don't know the exact charges, but you can be charged. And there's a bunch of different charges that they could probably hit you with. I think one of them is I think they could probably hit you with a kidnapping charge. I'm not sure. I think it probably depends on the case. I'm not sure, but I'm pretty sure they could probably hit you with a kidnapping charge or something that has to do with a minor. Something, you know what I mean? So y'all parents out there, be careful when you have children. You have your children and their friends pop up, and you suspect them of not telling their parents where they're at. Make sure that you get in contact with their parents, or at least contact somebody. At least do that. Make that step to try to contact somebody. So at least you can say, "Hey, listen, uh, her parents said that she could stay here for a week, and I spoke to them, and this is the number that I contacted them at." Instead of you being blindsided and not having no nothing, no number, no nothing, and you end up in a bad situation. You know, this is just crazy. And the question I have, and I am still wondering, how did this girl survive for 4 years? And it's a lot of things that she could have done. I don't want to say, but I think the road that she could have went down as a 14-year-old girl. But I mean, to all my listeners, y'all know it's different roads that she could have took. And if she took that street road to survive, I mean, I don't know. I mean, when you look at the picture, uh, I mean, it look. I mean, if you really, really look at the picture, this girl done been through something. In my opinion, she done, yeah, she done been through something. So, I would question the type of lifestyle that maybe that she was living while she was out there. You know, I if anything, I would bring the question. It would be that. All right, that's my opinion on that story. All right, so let's pay these bills. All what you say? Yeah, I'm doing it now. Okay, so let's pay these bills. All right, everything. is right there on your screen. Hit me up at all those. This particular show will be probably featured on YouTube. Am I correct? Okay, you can check us out at YouTube at Chris Talks to YouTube 1190. Also, check out our Facebook where you could where we post up inspirational and motivational content. I think we do that every day, do we? Or at least the days that we post up, which is Monday. Yeah, Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. At least the days that we post up. Also, if you have something that you want to promote and you would like to promote on our show, please DM me and we can talk and get that started for you. The slot is open and you are definitely welcome, and we definitely appreciate anybody who's trying to promote or sponsor this show. We definitely welcome. We welcome you. If your merchandise is right, we welcome you. All right, that's done. Let's get into the second part of the story. This is the what part? This brings us to Michigan. Okay, Michigan becomes the 22nd state to ban conversation therapy for LGBTQ youth. Now, um,
Bruh.
y'all know how I feel about that. Y'all know how I feel. So let's just go right into the story. Um, let's let our AI take over. Hit that story. Let's see what's going on. Let's see what's going on with this first. Let's see what's going on. All right, hit that story.
Michigan has become the 22nd state in the nation to ban conversion therapy for minors. Gov. Gretchen Whitmer signed 2 bills into law Wednesday that ban counseling or therapy to persuade gay, lesbian, or transgender minors to alter their gender identity or sexual orientation. The legislation, which does not ban gender-affirming care or support, prohibits mental health professionals from using conversion therapy on minors. Those who do risk disciplinary action or the loss of their professional licenses. Today, we are banning the horrific practice of conversion therapy in Michigan and ensuring this is a state where you can be who you are. Whitmer, who is the mother of a gay daughter, wrote in a tweet, as a mom of a member of the community and a proud, lifelong ally, I am grateful that we are taking action to make Michigan a more welcoming, inclusive place. As a mom of a member of the community and a proud, lifelong ally, I'm grateful that today we're banning the horrific practice of conversion therapy in Michigan. In doing so, we are taking action to make Michigan a more welcoming. As some lawmakers argued, conversion therapy preys on vulnerable LGBTQ children and that its ban will prevent suicides. Some Republicans claimed the legislation went too far by controlling speech between a physician and a patient. I voted to put families over vague mandates and radical political agendas. Republican State Rep. Nancy DeBoer said, parents in consultation with qualified medical professionals are better qualified to make important decisions regarding their child's development. Not politicians in Lansing. While there is no evidence that conversion therapy works, bill co-sponsored Democratic State Rep. Felicia Bravik, who is a clinical psychologist, said there is evidence that shows it is dangerous to children. I am acutely aware that kids need to be free to express themselves without the fear or threat of damaging pseudo-psychology like conversion therapy. Bravik said, with the support of several mental health organizations throughout our state and nation, I can confidently say that this law will help to ensure that therapists like myself continue to do no harm in our practices, while protecting the LGBTQ youth in our state. She added, in March, Whitmer signed legislation to amend the state's discrimination law and expand civil rights protections to members of the LGBTQ community. The conversion therapy ban is one of several LGBTQ+ rights measures being considered this term after Democrats took the majority of both chambers in Michigan's state legislature for the first time in nearly 40 years. Today marks a significant step forward as we bid farewell to a harmful and deceitful practice that has inflicted considerable harm upon the LGBTQ+ community since its inception. Bill co-sponsor Democratic State Rep. Jason Hoskins said in a statement Wednesday, with this legislation, we are creating a safer environment for Michigan's children. It is a powerful message of love, hope, and acceptance, paving the way for brighter days ahead.
Wow. Wow. I want to apologize to everybody right quick, because I just want to say this: that the way that the intro was, it said conversation. I want to get that clear. I didn't read it wrong. It said conversational therapy, not conversion. So I want to apologize to everybody about what that said. That said, dude, that says conversational. That says conversational, not conversion. I know how to read, but I'm sorry about that. But we can still talk about the conversion therapy, because people, let's just be honest. The conversion therapy and therapy needs to be taken out. It does. I agree with this report. Where did this report come from? UP what? UPI News. Never heard of it. But this comes from UPI News. I want to give a shout out to UPI News. Let's give them a round of applause real quick. Thank them for getting this story. And again, I want to apologize to all my listeners for that misunderstanding. But conversion therapy, it does need to be, in my opinion, it does need to be taken out. What do you need to convert for? Into the youth. Now, when I talk about this and this type of therapy, because I have had many different conversations and some arguments about it, is this: is when you're speaking about conversion therapy, okay? A lot of these therapists out there, what it is that they try to get you to convert to these type of things. They try to get you to when you speak. Well, from what I heard, because I don't speak about it, but from what I heard is they try to get you to do it. They try to tempt you to do it, and people, we need to really understand this. They try to tempt you to do it instead of diagnosing this as somewhat of a mental, which can be diagnosed as a mental disorder. But when you say, hey, I want to be a girl, they will tell you, well, if you feel that way, then you should be a girl. And when you want to go through these surgeries and stuff, they tell you that it's okay. Now, to me, the question is this: why do you want to do that? This is, to me, the question is this: why do you want to do that, and what makes you feel like you want to do that? Now, when I looked up some of the standard questions that they ask you, and you can look this up too. This is on a national blog, a national website. It's on what did we look up again? I think it was a statistic one. I think it was the statistics on this, but no, we looked up the national clinical national clinical, but I think it's national clinical therapy or somewhere in that form. You know what I mean? That we looked up, and this is something that over the last at least decade or two, we could say decade, at least decade, that has not been diagnosed as a mental illness, but as just something normal. And to me, that's not normal. I don't know what y'all think. You could comment on it and let me know. But to me, something like that is not normal. And when I want my listeners to understand this, when we speak of the youth, we speak of the youth as in a single digit, not 10, 11, 12, not 10 and up. We're talking about single digits. That's what I want y'all to know, that the statistics that we looked up, that's what they speak on. They speak on single digit youth. So when they say youth, they're talking about single digits. And these governors, and let's get right into that. These governors that are passing these things, understand this. They only doing it for a vote. They only doing it for a vote. They only doing it for a vote. And I've said this before on previous shows. This government, that in this time that we are living in, it is not normal. It's not. And don't think that it is, because it's not. We, in this time, we are willing to accept anything and turn it into the norm. Even things that are against God, we are willing to sit there and say, okay, we will accept this as the norm, knowing that it's wrong. I want you to take a second and let that mellow on your brain. Just take a second. And what we need to do is stop doing those type of things. We need to stop letting these governments trying to dictate what is the norm and what is not the norm. That's what we need to really stop doing. Because in Alphabet City, I don't have nothing against y'all. I want y'all to know I don't have nothing against y'all. Nothing at all. Nothing at all. Because to me, you are all regular people. At the end of the day, you're regular people. And I'm going to say that to all my listeners. They're regular people. Whether, what is that? What is the phobia called again? What is this phobia called again? Some type of phobia. Okay, I can't think of it right now. Some type of phobia. But what we need to do as people is see people as people, not their sexuality, not how they dress, not how they do all these things. And some of y'all might think, oh, I'm putting it in that category as the norm. I'm not putting it in the category as the norm, but I'm just saying, we don't need to judge people because of the way that they dress or because of the way that they choose to live or their sexuality. These are minor things. These are things that we do not need to judge people on. We don't at all. You bisexual? You bisexual. I'm not. You gay? You gay. I'm not. But I'm still going to love you as a person. Because the word, if y'all follow the word, to my listeners who follow the word tell us to love people as they are. No matter what we think of them. You know what I mean? Some people, y'all know that prostitute that lived down the block. Alright? But y'all still help her out. Y'all still feed her. Y'all still give her something. Y'all know that alcoholic that lived down the block. Because every hood have a hood alcoholic. And y'all still help them. Y'all still give them food. Y'all still give them a place to sleep. Y'all still give them sneakers, whether it's new or old. You'll still give them sneakers or clothes. Some people are like that. Not all, but some. You will still go out there and do that for them. So we all know these type of people. We all know them. We all know them. We all know them. Okay? So, let's not treat them different because they are who they are. Let's not treat them different. Let's just treat them as people. You know what I mean? And that's my view, and that's my opinion on it. I'm glad we didn't have to give out. Oh, I'm glad. I'm glad we didn't have to give out no dummy bell on this episode, which is good. Which is good. I'm glad we didn't have to get no dummy bell, which is good. You know what I mean? I hate to give out the dummy bell. Sometimes I hate to give out the dummy bell. I really do. I'm sorry, y'all. I'm sorry. I'm talking. I'm having two conversations at once, and I shouldn't be. All right, that's my view, and that's my opinion on these two topics. So yeah. All right, everybody, y'all know what to do. Hit those likes, those comments, that subscription button. If you like the content that you hear it, y'all already know the links and everything is right there on your screen. As always, I want to thank all my listeners for tuning in. You could be anywhere else in the world, but you are here with me, and I so appreciate that. Also, stay blessed and not stressed. Until next episode, peace. Yeah, let's go eat it. You know I'm hungry. I'm always hungry. You know I'm always hungry. I don't know why. Can't gain a pound, but I'm hungry.